Hello everyone, my name is Insomniac and welcome to Late Nights with an Insomniac. Today I want to talk about a really exciting topic, and it's in regards to Oddworld Soulstorm's future. Specifically, whether or not we should expect a DLC. If you recall, Oddworld New and Tasty got one in the form of Alf's Escape, and it gave us completely new content that we'd never seen before. But should we expect the same for the newest edition in the series? Well, I'm here to tell you that yes, you can expect a DLC. When? I have no idea, but on the Oddworld Discord, the executive producer Benton has confirmed that the original team that worked on Alf's Escape is currently in the works for something new for everyone to enjoy. This of course is extremely exciting news to hear, and though it was said some time ago, I only felt it right to discuss it as this is huge information. Again, I have no time frame of when to expect the DLC, let alone an official announcement. It could be announced weeks from now, possibly months. Who knows? But in terms of what kind of content we can speculate on is quite open for debate, as there is a number of paths Oddworld inhabitants could take. Back when Oddworld Soulstorm was still in development, the original plan for the game was to have Fico Depot as a hub for 5 different locations. We don't know all the locations that were in the pipeline, but Soulstorm Brewery, Boneworks and Viking Labs were to be expected. Some of these theories surrounding the upcoming DLC involve some of these locations that were cut from the game. And for this video, I have made a list comprised of storyline theories that are the most likeliest to be utilized in the DLC. And also, before I begin, I'd like to give Nemin a notable mention for supplying some of this information. Boneworks. Since many fans, including myself, have spoken out about a lack of Boneworks, it is possible that we could be looking at this beloved location soon return. Some people have done a data mine and stumbled across some files, one in particular marked Boneworks Door. Now if I do recall, this texture was recycled into the later Soulstorm Brewery levels, so this in itself is no indication that Boneworks is the focal point of this DLC. It may have just been that the devs didn't change the name of the file, as players have also stumbled upon in the same level an item for a new recipe that is unavailable in the game. These nails were part of a craftable item, Detonades, that was cut, but somehow managed to surface in game. As you can imagine, these nail bombs could have made quite a mess, so it could just be that the devs didn't spring clean the code enough. If you've played up to Fat Station, you may have noticed an ingredient for smoke screens bears the mark of Boneworks. So this mysterious place actually still exists, and perhaps it acts as a storage facility and manufacturer of bone-based products such as fossil fingers. There is one more indication however, one last shred of hope that Boneworks will make its epic return. In the Oddworld Origins book, Boneworks is mentioned and some newer looking concept art is on display, which makes sense because at the time of creating Soulstorm, it was apparent Boneworks was going to be implemented. Since then though, it appears Necromines has taken the role of Boneworks in the creation of the notorious brew, as the mine no longer just excavates but also grinds up and distributes the resulting powder, or at the very least aids in that process. Soulstorm. So if not Boneworks, what location or locations can we expect to see? Well, many fans over the years have stressed the idea of Oddworld Soulstorm, a side story about an albino Slig who attempts to flee from Slig barracks. Due to the title and how more advanced the Slig mechanics have become, it would be a perfect time to introduce the character to the fold. The story even could pick up parallel to when Aba arrives at the barracks, and who knows, maybe the Slig hitches a ride afterwards, unbeknownst to the Madokans on board the hijack train. Whilst I love the idea of Soulstorm for the upcoming DLC, it is of my personal opinion that it deserves its own standalone game. So whilst I believe it's one of the more unlikelier ideas to come to fruition, I still believe it's worth mentioning. Viking Project Lab. The DLC could take an even darker approach if they turn towards Viking Labs. In an older video, we got to see some insights into the tests surrounding the brew. There appears to be many Madokans waiting behind lock and key to be tested on, and having to free these guys from the terrifying profit-seeking pharmaceutical mongerers could be a great DLC. There'd be plenty of opportunity to throw in some references to Munch for good measure. The Messenger. One last idea that I can think of that the devs might focus the DLC around is the Messenger. This Madokan is crucial in the Soulstorm story, as he's the one that sets Abe on his path and gives him direction. Canonically, he's also the first Madokan that Abe witnesses die, so there's that as well. The Messenger obviously knew the Keeper and was instructed with the Queen Bee's life, a very important insect that appears to have a deeply connected relationship with the descendants of the avian ancestral counterpart. If the DLC does indeed focus on the messenger, we could get more insight into how the messenger meets the keeper and winds up looking for Abe and getting shot, and eventually dying. We could play as this obscure character starting in Necrom and working our way across new landscapes and potentially even retracing Abe's path a bit, so to speak. So, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope I have piqued your interest for some new and tasty upcoming content for Oddworld Soulstorm. Stay tuned for more as I bring you more information on the story as it develops. This segment brought to you by